Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Back with your teacher. Back with the counselor, Mr. James Horton, your domestic violence counselor. I'm gonna be dealing with a class today called, what is it called? It's called The Seen and Unseen Domestic Attacks. The Seen and Unseen Domestic Attacks. All right? Starting right off, it says, when it comes to the arena, when it comes to the area of domestic violence and what's defined the charge of domestic violence, most people believe if a person is not physically abusing their partner, continually overpowering and attacking their partner, that they are not committing domestic violence or domestic attacks. Ask yourself a question. It says, number one, when it comes to domestic violence and the domestic evidence one may be charged with, do you feel or believe that the charge should only be filed for what's seen and never for what's unseen? Like for what's seen and never for what's unseen. What I mean by that is that there's no witnesses here. There's no physical damage here and on the person. And do you believe that if you don't see anything that you should never get charged with domestic violence, right? We're going to later try to see if we can unwind what domestic violence is and what it's defined as. Number two, during most of your domestic violence episodes, when you've been out of everyone's sight and out of your mind, are you known to say and believe that you didn't hurt or harm anyone because no one seen or saw you doing it, right? I mean, they can't say I did this. Can't nobody say I hurt her. Can't nobody say she hurt him. I mean, because she wasn't even there, matter of fact. So how can, you gonna go on a text message because this person, that person, or I, or whoever said, the text message said, I'm gonna come over there and kill you. I'm gonna come over there and break your windows out. Just because the windows got broke out, don't mean I did it. Don't mean he did it or she did it, right? Wrong. All right. Number three, when it comes to the seen and the unseen things about you and your behavior, who are you when nobody's watching? When it comes to the things about you, like, the things that people see, when you out there in the world, when you out at your job, when you out at the club, when you out in public with other people, the question is, who are you when nobody's watching? Who are you? Question, yeah. A lot of times we somebody else when we get home. A lot of times we somebody else when we're all alone with our partner. And we become somebody else, But who are you when nobody's watching? Number four, do you feel or believe the area of being seen or unseen can help you or hurt you when it comes to putting light on some of the issues with anger and violence? Some of the issues you have with anger and violence, would that hurt you or harm you? Some people say some things are better left unsaid. Some people say secrets die in the light of exposure. And I believe you can't get no help if you don't put no light on it. That's just my opinion. If you keep holding secrets, holding who you are, hiding the role you've been playing, many of us play are the roles that were played in front of us. The roles like our parents, child abuse, fighting in front of us, domestic violence on the family, on the children, on the parent. It's a lot of insane stuff that many of us later grow up doing, right? Or meet somebody that come from that, and we then find ourselves doing. It's a lot of things that can cause us to become these other people, you know. So, number 5, do you and are you known to practice the seen and unseen rule in most of your relationships? Meaning, if you don't see a problem, you don't have a problem. You know, the unseen rule. If you don't see a problem, you don't have a problem. I think that's bullshit. I really do. I think that's bullshit. When I had my problems, when I was dealing with my major issues with drugs, hiding, pretending like it wasn't, oh, I ain't gonna let nobody see me, or, you know, I'm gonna go dress up in nice suits every day, or I'm gonna go in the store and steal me an outfit, and I'm just gonna keep it polished to where it looks like I'm not getting high. But that didn't help me at all. That's not gonna help you at all. Pretending, right? I mean, there's a whole lot of dressed up garbage cans. There's a whole lot of people that sit there and be loaded than a motherfucker in nice clothes, nice expensive stuff, nice Nordstrom stuff, nice Macy's clothes, all kind of stuff. Yeah, and they ass OD too, you know, with that nice ass suit on and that $250 tie they got on their neck. That shit don't mean nothing. So, you're not gonna be doing better just because don't nobody see you or you playing that role. Is the unseen more stronger than what's seen with your partner because of the broken trust you had in your past relationships? Is the unseen more stronger than what's seen with your partner because of the, you know, because many of us get to tweaking about somebody doing something to us, somebody being untrustworthy to us, and it has nothing to do with the truth. We're accusing people that have not done anything to us, right? Just because somebody broke our little hearts a while back. Feelings and getting your feelings hurt is a normal thing. There's a God that did a lot of creations, whether you believe this or not. We were all created, right? So we also were created with feelings. So when you have feelings, things are going to happen. It's not going to go your way all the time. But the unseen being stronger than the seen. If you ain't seen that, what you tripping on something for? You know, stop accusing people of doing things that you haven't seen. You know, and get out of that, I know. No, they're not the same person who you was with the last time or the time before the last time. So check that out. All right. Number 7. When it comes to the subject of seen and unseen that may have brought you to this 52-week program, if you saw or seen the person you caught your case with spending time with someone new, would you, 1, speak and walk away, 2, start a fight and go back to jail, or 3, avoid any contact? You need to know. I mean, you need to know what's best for you. I don't know how the thing ended with you and that person. If it ended real bad, it's best to avoid it all the way around, right? Starting fights, you already been there before. You know, it's the same rerun movie. You don't have to go back to that, you know. So, hey man, there's somebody else out there. But the most special person that's out there is to find you first. Find you and regroup you and reframe you and readdress you and remake you over. Because if you don't make you over, you're going to be doing the same attacks to every person you get in a relationship with. Every person. So, just a suggestion, right? Just a suggestion, you know, and a pull-up. And when I say pull-up, I'm not talking about pull-up Pampers. Oh no, not pull-up Pampers. Just a pull-up to help you get better, right? Number 8, I'm going to close this out. It says, when it comes to looking at your seen and unseen behavior and attacks you bring to some or most of the relationships you've been in, Are you known to attack your partner's character, self-worth, and self-esteem without ever physically abusing them because you believe you could attack them without touching them and avoid going to jail? Right? Like, that's another part. We talked earlier that I was going to try to give a little breakdown about what labels and what defines domestic violence. Domestic violence is a domestic abuse. Domestic violence is threats. Domestic violence is throwing things. Domestic violence is breaking things. Domestic violence is, oh, you bought that car, so you thought you had the right to break her windows out. Or you thought you had the right to break his windows out because you own the car. That don't mean shit, right? You can own the car. You know, if you put someone at harm, at fear, you have committed 52 weeks of domestic violence classes. That is a charge. If you scare somebody and tell them, oh, I'm going to be over there to get that ass, well, eventually they're going to get your ass and you're going to be locked down, right? So I just know that we got to start taking care of what we have better than what we've been doing. We got to start taking care. If we got a car, we got to take care of that car. If we got a girl, we got to take better care of that girl. And taking care of her is not choking her ass out. No, that's not the way to take care of something, right? It reminds me of many children that I may have grown up with, and many children I've seen in family or out of family getting a toy for Christmas, playing with the toy in such a harsh way. I mean, getting a little doll or something and just pulling the head off, breaking all the arms off. I mean, just beating the damn doll to death, you know, and beating it so bad you can't even put it back together. This is an example, as I see it, of the way many of us treat our relationship partners, right? We try to pull their damn head off, pull their toes off, put their feet in their mouth. I mean, you know, some of you call it a nice, beautiful sexual act, but it's not. You know, it's a sick behavior, and you'll go to jail for a long time playing those kids' roles as adults, or whatever those roles are. All right, that's it for class today. Thank you all for attending my class. A blessing and a lesson with yours truly, the counselor, Mr. James Horton. Thank you.